In this video, I'm going to be covering how to host and make money from Airbnb experiences by monetizing your passion, your hobby, or the simple activity that you do daily. I also want to give you tips on how to make it the best experience ever with a 5-star review so that your Airbnb experience would always be fully booked. So if you're a photographer, an artist, a chef, a yoga instructor, or just a local who loves their city and you want to share your experience with tourists coming to your area and make money doing so, then this video is for you. I'm talking about potentially starting your own business with zero upfront cost, doing something you absolutely love. So I just booked my first Airbnb experience in Paris and I was blown away. So the experience was a combination of a private photo shoot and having your own touristic guide walk around the city with you. Our host was not only an amazing photographer because I loved every single photo he took of us, but he was very informative and he took us to the hidden gems in Paris that only locals know about. So without further ado, let me share my screen and show you how to host your first experience on Airbnb.
Alright, so what you're gonna go ahead and do is click on the link that I left you under the YouTube video. So find the link, click on it, and this page is gonna open up for you. And here you're gonna find more about what are Airbnb experiences. So basically how you can share your passion with the world, meeting interesting people, and how you host on your own terms. So basically you have your own calendar, and this way you can open up certain days during the week. Let's say you have a full-time job and you wanna do this as a side hustle. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna just open up certain days on your calendar whenever you're available so that people can book with you the experience. And over here, they're talking about starting a business with no upfront cost, like I mentioned before. This is amazing. You're technically, like, Airbnb is doing all the marketing for you, and all you have to do is put yourself out there, put your passion, put whatever you love out there to the world, and share experiences with the world, share experiences with other people, other tourists coming to your area. So technically, there's no upfront cost that you need to pay. All right, so let's move ahead. So basically here you have so many different people sharing so many different passions, and you can read more about them to get inspired, or maybe to get an idea of what you can offer in your city, in your local area. And the best thing about it, as I mentioned, is you're monetizing your passion. So whatever you love, you're making money from it. You can do it full-time if you wish, but you can also do it as a side hustle. So let's get started. So we're going to click on Let's Go. So basically what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to fill out the information about your Airbnb experience, and it's going to be reviewed by Airbnb. So once it's approved, you're up, it's running, and you can start getting bookings. So you're going to click on Next. So here you're going to learn the overall process, what is the expectations of Airbnb, how to create an amazing experience by adding wonderful photos, description, telling all the details about your experience and what you have to offer. And that's going to be reviewed by Airbnb. And then you're just simply going to submit it. And once it's approved, you're going to have your Airbnb page ready, up, running, and people can start booking the experience with you. So I want to go now through a couple of examples of what kind of experiences people are actually hosting all over the world so that I can inspire you and get you thinking about what kind of experience you can host. So we're going to start off with this must-have LA picture in Los Angeles. So it says here it's a 3.5 hour total. Transportation is included. It's offered in English, and more than 2,350 people have booked it. And as you see here, more than 1,000 people have left them almost a 5-star review, which is amazing. So here you're going to be able to learn more about your host and what you'll do during this experience. So this is the place to put all the information about what your experience includes. So there's going to be no surprises to anyone booking your experience. And here you can list out what else you need to know about this experience, what you'll be providing during this experience. So here they're including free transportation, and here they're listing out what to bring during this experience. Another thing that is super important is to include beautiful images of your experience, or a mini video if you can. This will give the people visiting your page an idea of how it feels to be on your experience, what to expect, So try to add images with people in action during your experience. Maybe for the first time, you want to test it out with your friends and let them know that you're going to be taking photos so that you can add it on your Airbnb experience page. So this way, again, you have something concrete that you can work with. So it will be easier for you to convey people to go ahead and book your experience. And here you're going to find all the guest reviews and what they had to say about this experience. So as you see here, this is the upcoming availability. And if we do the simple math at 68, let's assume that they were charging $68 from the beginning, like from when they first started, and 2,350 people have booked this experience. We're talking that this experience have brought in more than $150,000. Which makes it amazing. Now, one thing to keep in mind that Airbnb does have a fee, so that is 20% off of whatever you're charging. So you want to keep that in mind when you are listing your price. And I suggest also at the beginning, you put a low price so that you can get a couple of bookings, and then you can increase your price as you build more reviews. So this way, people will be more excited when they see a couple of reviews on your page. They'll be more excited to book with you. So that's about it for this experience. Let's move ahead. Here's another experience which I found very interesting. It's a boat ride in Amsterdam. So it's a 2-hour total and more than 5,450 people have booked it. Here's another experience hosted in Florence, and it's all about organic wines. Here's another one which is hosted in Greater London, and it is a jazz club. It's basically an intimate concert. Here's another one, which is a museum visit, but this guy is a comedian and he made it a lot of fun to go and visit a museum in Paris. Here's another experience that I found super interesting. It is hosted in Tokyo, which is a cooking class. So it says here it's from market to meal. So she actually takes you to the market and she shows you what kind of ingredients you need to buy in order to create that meal. And then she takes you to the studio where she teaches you how to cook that meal.
So I hope I was able to inspire you to go ahead and host your first experience on Airbnb. But remember that to be successful on Airbnb Experiences, you need to focus on getting amazing reviews. So make sure you're giving the people booking with you an overall amazing experience. I mentioned a couple of ways that you can actually do so previously, but one more thing that you can actually do is offer a surprise element to the experience itself. So maybe offer them a free coffee on the way or something small that they didn't expect and wasn't mentioned on your page. I'm sure many would appreciate it, which will give you a better chance of getting a 5-star review. And don't forget to ask them to leave you a review once your experience is over. And if they didn't do that in a week or so, just make sure you follow up with them. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know in the comments below if you are excited to host your first experience on Airbnb. And if you end up doing that, please come back to this video and leave me a comment below, as I would love to learn more about the experience you hosted.